Good morning, students. Myself U. Bhavani Kumar. Let us get into lecture number 4. In the previous lecture, I was discussing regarding the linked list, and we extensively discussed about single linked list. Apart from that, even I have discussed the dynamic memory allocation functions such as malloc, calloc, realloc and free. We were discussing something like malloc is a function which is used for allocating a single block of memory dynamically on the fly whenever the demand arises, whenever necessity is there. Calloc function will be used for arrays and structures. In order to allocate the memory for arrays and structures, we will be using calloc function. And realloc is a function which will be used in two situations. The first situation is whenever the memory is insufficient, provided the amount of memory that is required for the program, if it is more and the allotted memory is less, then we try to reallocate the allocated memory. That is the first scenario. The second scenario is if the allocated memory is more than required, then instead of wasting that memory, we will try to reallocate that memory using realloc function. And the last one is free function. Free is a dynamic memory allocation function which is used to deallocate the allocated memory. And thereafter we have switched on to single linked list. I said you every node of a single linked list contains two fields. One is a data field and the other one is pointer field. Pointer field or link field. We will try to store the address of the second node into the first node, pointer field. Third node address will be stored in second node's address field, and subsequently will come across a node at the last whose pointer field will be null. And we were discussing regarding the different operations that we will be performing on a single linked list. The first operation we saw is inserting a node at the front, inserting a node at the end. Inserting a node at any specified position happens to be your third operation. Then fourth one is deleting the node from the front, deleting the node from the end, and deleting the node from any specified position. And I will try to continue the same topic in this session also. That is, we have discussed deleting the node at the end in the previous session. Today, in this session, we will try to discuss how to delete the node of a single linked list from any specified position. Pictorially, if you have a look on this one, the very first node, I have said you that this head acts as a external pointer. And here, the last node pointer field will act as a null pointer. What I will do here is, I will take two temporary pointers. Initially, the value of this head, I will store it in temp1. And provided if temp1, if it is not equal to temp1 of pointer, if it is not equal to null, then I will assign that temp1 to temp2. And I'll see whether this temp1's data field, whether it is equal to your desired field or not. If it is equal, then I'll stop here. If it is not equal, then I will try to move on to the next node, and I will try to check whether this is the node where you want to put your element by assigning temp2 value to temp1 and advancing this temp1 to the next node. In the same way, provided if you come across, that is, now this will become temp1, this will become temp1, and this will become temp2 subsequently as per our rule. Now, if this temp1 is nothing but the place where you want to insert the element, place where you want to delete this element. Okay, provided if you want to delete this particular 30 from your list, this is nothing but your temp2, temp1, and this is nothing but your temp2. Then what I will do, that is temp1's pointer field, I will try to point to temp2's pointer field, so that the link between this one and this one will be breaking, so that directly I have a contact between second node to fourth node, and I can remove this particular node. This is the way of deleting the element from any specified position. Let us look into the details about the code, how actually we will write a code for deleting a node from any specified position. Now this is a small routine which will help you to delete the element from any specific position. Now as I was telling you, I will be initializing two temporary pointers, temp1 and temp2, and I was telling you in the previous session that node is nothing but I have given a new name for struct node as node, and this node will act as a new data type which will be used for defining my new variables. And let us take, first of all I will enter which is the element that I would like to delete, and that element I will store it in item. Now as I was telling you, address of this head I will try to store it in temp1. Provided if I don't have anything in the list, automatically the value of head will be null and I will be displaying empty list. If I have something, then what I will do, whatever the address that I assigned to temp1, I will give it to temp2. And I will check whether temp1 is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then I will go with the data item that is stored in the temp1. And if the data item that is there in the temp1, if it happens to be the element where I want to delete, then this temp2 pointer will be storing the address of temp1's pointer. That is, I said you node A, node B. Okay, temp1 pointer will be, the address here will be stored here, so that the middle element will be removed. That is, temp1 will be removed. If this particular item is not equal to the node that you want to delete, then again I will advance it. That is, temp1 will become, that's temp2 will become, temp2 will store the address of temp1 and temp1 will be advanced to the next node. This is the scenario, that is, initially the value of head will be stored in temp1 and subsequently I will store the value of temp1 into temp2. Then I will check the address field of temp1. If it is not equal to null, then I will try to compare the data field of temp1 whether it is equal to the data element that I want to delete. If it is equal, then temp1's pointer field will store the address of temp2's pointer, and once that link is established, then temp1 will be removed and I will be displayed with the given list. This is the way of deleting the element from any specific position. Now let us figure out some of the advantages and disadvantages of singly linked list. The first advantage of single linked list is, since we have the provision of moving in only forward direction, the accessibility of the node is very much easier. And secondly, since we can easily insert the element and delete the element from any specific position, from the front, from the end, or inserting the node from the front, end, or any specified position, the insertion and deletion operations are very, very easier in the single linked list. That is, accessibility, the node is easier because we are moving in a forward direction, and insertions and deletions are also very, very easy. Now the disadvantages of single linked list is, since we have the provision to move in only forward direction, there is no way for us to move in the backward direction. Once we have advanced ourselves to the next node, there is no provision for us to come back again. That is, we cannot access the predecessor nodes. That is the first disadvantage of the single linked list. And moreover, if I want to access the predecessor node, again I have to come back to the place called head, and from there I should go on accessing the elements in the forward direction till I get the desired element in the list. These are the two disadvantages that we will come across in the single linked list, because in single linked list we have only one arrow. Okay, that is, second node is storing the address of first node. The first node pointer field is storing the address of the second node. Second node pointer field is storing the address of the third node. And provided when we have accessed the third node, then there is no provision for us to come back to the second node, because there is the address field of the second node is not stored in the third node. Probably the third node address is stored in the second node pointer field. Therefore, we have the option of moving in only forward direction. Instead, we don't come back in the single linked list. Okay, provided if your list is very, very, very big, then once you have skipped any of the node, then again you have to come back to the head, and then you have to go in the search of the appropriate node for which you are searching. Therefore, what will happen? Lot of time will be consumed. These are the two disadvantages, and the advantages are accessibility of the node is very much easier, and insertion and deletion operations are also very easier. Now, in order to overcome these demerits, that is, we have to come back, that is, there is no provision to come back, therefore we have to look after the possibility or the solution how actually we can come back, and that can be solved by next category of your linked list, that is circular linked list. Now, a circular linked list is one wherein there is no external pointer. There is no external pointer. It is something like a circle. That is, the link field, usually what we have done in the single linked list, that is, we had a list, we had the number of nodes. The first node address we have stored it in the external pointer, and the last address of the, that is last node address field, we have made it as null. But let us do a little bit of modification for this one. That is, instead of making the pointer field of the last node as null, what we do, we will try to store the address of the first node in the pointer field of the last node. Then it will become a circle. That is, the link field of the last node contains the address of the first node of the list. That is, now there will be a problem. What is that problem? Now, in single linked list we had head, and head is external pointer which used to tell you that this is the first node, and there was a last node. We can easily identify the last node by seeing the pointer field of that particular node. If the pointer field of the node if happens to be null, then we have figured it out as it is a last node. But here the last node pointer field is storing the address of the first node. Therefore, what will happen? Now we will be in a confusion. We will not be in a position to judge which is the first node and which is the last node. Therefore, it is very much necessary, since it is a circle, once you forget or miss the link of a first node or last node, it will be very much difficult for you to figure out the first node and the last node in the single circular linked list. Therefore, it is very much necessary to set a external pointer, so that we can easily locate the first node. Now here in circular linked list, what we do, the very first node which we have created, that is, before creating the second node itself, we will try to name the first node as first. As and when we start creating that circular list, then whichever the node comes last, that will be named as last. That is, there are, apart from head, we have two pointers here. That is, the two pointers are, first is one pointer which will hold the address of the first node, last is a pointer which holds the address of the last node. And whenever you create any list, okay, whenever you create any list, and when you are creating the very first node, the pointer field of that first node will point to itself. But remember that one, pointer field of that one will point to itself, and that node happens to be the very first node. Therefore, it will be treated as first node as well as last node. Now here the pictorial view, that is, when I don't have anything in my list, no problem, okay, when I don't have anything in the list, I will be displaying the status telling that list is empty. But whenever I create a node in a circular list, and if I enter the element in the data field of the new node, the pointer field of this node will point to itself, and this node itself becomes first as well as last. Okay, and subsequently when I start creating the next node, then again there will be a link for something like this. That is, the second node pointer field will point to the first, and this will become last. Initially, when I create the very first node, the pointer field of this node will point to itself, and this will be treated as first node as well as last node. But when I create the second node, then the pointer field of this second node will be pointed to the first, and this will become last. When I create the third node, the pointer field of this node will point to first, and this will be taken as last. When I create a fourth node, the pointer field of this one will be pointed to the first node. That is, the pointer field of fourth node will try to store the address of the first node, and this will be treated as last. When I create the fifth node, the same provision, the same thing. This particular pointer field of this node will store the address of the first node, and this will be called as last. In this way, the last will get shifted, provided if you are inserting the element at the end. Now, the first operation on circular linked list is inserting the node at the beginning. As I was telling you, first of all, the first step that we will be doing to insert a node at the beginning is we have to allocate a sufficient amount of memory for the new node. And we know that a node contains two fields. One is your data field, another one is your pointer field. And whatever the data that you want to insert, you try to assign that data in the data field of the new node. But here we should not make the pointer field of this new node as null in circular list specifically. That is what we have to do. If the list is empty, that is if you don't have any nodes in the list, and if the node that you are inserting is the very first node, then the first node itself, that is the new node that you are creating, that new node itself becomes the last as well as first. Provided if you have anything in the list, then since you are inserting the node at the beginning, your node comes first, and the pointer field of this node will be pointed to the, make the pointer field the last node to point to the new node. That is, now this is the last node, you have to point the pointer field of the new node to the first node, and this particular node will become first. That is, whenever you have, if you don't have anything, you create a node, you make the pointer field of this new node to point to itself, and this node becomes first as well as last. But if you have anything in the list, you allocate the memory same, you enter the data, and if you have anything, you make the pointer field of this new node to point to last, and last pointer field will be pointed to the new node, and this new node becomes first. That is, you have to create a new node. That is, I have initialized a new node which is defined in the data called node. Now new node is equal to allocate node is nothing but I am using a dynamic memory allocation function called malloc for allocating the memory, appropriate memory for the new node, and I am inserting the data in the data field of the new node, and I am making the pointer field of this new node to point to itself. New node of pointer field will point to itself. Now I will check whether my list is empty or not. If my list is empty, definitely the value of first will be null. If the list is empty, thus new node itself will be last as well as first. That will be the first node as well as last node. New node will be converted to last as well as first, because I have only one node, and that node will be treated as first node as well as last node. But else part, if I have any other nodes other than one node, if I have 2 to 3 nodes and I am going to insert the element at the first, then the new node's pointer field will point to first. The new node's pointer field will point to first. That is, already I have first node as well as last node. Therefore, this node which I am creating as a new node, that node will point to first, and last node pointer field will point to new node, and this new node will become first. Okay, that is, this is very, very important. Whenever you are inserting a node at the beginning, already you have a list. Here you have, in this list you have a node whose name is first, you have a node whose name is last, and I am creating a new node in which I am entering the data, and I am entering the I'm entering the data and making the new node's pointer field as pointing to the new node. But since I have to make this new node as the first node, because I am inserting the element at the front, the new node's pointer field will point to first, last node pointer field will point to new node, and this new node will become first. This is the way of inserting the element at the first. If I want to insert the element at the end, the same way I have to allocate the sufficient amount of memory using dynamic memory allocation function like malloc. Then I have to assign the data in the data field of the new node. If the list is empty, same thing as we have done in the previous slide. The first time the new node will be treated as last node as well as first node. Otherwise, what you have to do, since you are going now, previously I have inserted the element here, so that the new node's pointer field I have pointed to first, and last pointer field I have pointed to new node, and this new node has become first. But now I am creating a node, new node here. I would like to insert the node at the last. Therefore, what I should do? Last pointer field will point to new node. New node's pointer field will point to first, and this new node will become last. Clear? That is, if I don't have anything in the list, then the very first node that you create or a new node that you create, you have to enter the data in the data field of the new node, and the pointer field of this new node will point to itself, and this new node will be treated as first node as well as last node. But whereas when you have a sufficient amount of nodes in your circular list in which you have first node as well as last node, and you are going to insert a node at the last, then what you have to do, that is last node's pointer field which was pointing to first, now what you have to do, last node pointer field you have to point it to the new node. New node's pointer field you have to point it to the first, and this new node, since you are inserted at the last, this will be named as last. That is, make the link field of the last node to point to the new node, and make the link field of the new node to point to the first, and finally set last node last as a name given to the new node. This is the way of, this is the small algorithm which will be used for inserting the node at the end. Now deleting the node from the beginning. If the list is empty, okay, I don't have anything in the list, therefore I will be displaying a message called list is empty, and there is no deletion is possible here. If I have only one node, because when I have one node, that node will be treated as first as well as last, therefore first is equal to last. The first node which I am seeing, that itself is a last node, which is understandable that that particular list is having only one element. And if I have such a scenario, then what I will do, I will remove that particular node. I will free the whatever the memory that is allocated for this first node, I will deallocate that memory, and since everything is removed from that list, the value of first as well as last will be initialized to null. But if I have more than one node in my list, then what I should do, that is I have to assign the address of first to a temporary pointer, temp, a temporary pointer, and this temporary pointer has to point to the first node, and make the last, that is what I should do. Now the very first node I have to name it as temp, okay, and this first pointer has to be advanced to the next node, okay, and the last node pointer field has to point to first, and this will be freed. That is, make the temporary pointer to point to the first node, and make the last node to point wherever the first is pointing to, and finally free the node pointed by temp. That is, initially I have a list of nodes. The very first node I have called as first, and I am renamed it as temp, and this first I have advanced to the next node, and last pointer I have made it to point to the first, and this temp I will deallocate the memory for this temp. This is the way of deleting the node from the beginning. I think you understood. That is, I have 2 to 3 nodes. Let us take, I have 4 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first node name is first, and fourth node name is last. Now this first node, what I am doing, I am renaming it as temp. Therefore the temp will be that is, the name of the first node will be either will be first as well as temp. Then first is equal to first of pointer, that is, it will go to the second node. That is, this first pointer will be advanced to the second node. Then what I should do, I should remove that link, okay, that is last node pointer field, I will point it to first, and this temp which was there, I will remove the allocated memory for this temp. This is the of deleting the node from the beginning. Then we have doubly linked list. Now the problem here is, in single linked list, is we can move in a forward direction, but arbitrarily we can't go to any particular node provided we want some type of operation on that node. Then we can't go directly onto the node. Instead, what we have to do, we have to come back to the first node, and from first node we should again travel to the appropriate node. But this particular solution, this particular option was not there in the single linked list, okay. That is, there was no option for us to come back to the first node. To little extent we have solved the problem, but the problem is not solved fully here, okay. That is, arbitrarily whichever node we want, to that node we can't go, okay. In fact, we can come back to the first node, and from first node we can explore the subsequent nodes and we can go to that place. But in order to come up with a solution wherein if you want to go to the arbitrary nodes, okay, any node, that is if I am at the fourth node and if I want to come back to the third node, then I should have some type of structure wherein it has to make me to go to the third node. But that option is not there in the circular linked list or single linked list. Therefore, a new type of linked list has come into picture, and we call that list as doubly linked list. Now, the name itself is that is in the previously we have studied about singly linked list. That is a singly linked list in the sense I had only one link between the two nodes. But this is doubly linked list. The name itself is telling you that there are two links between the two nodes. When you want to have two links between the two nodes, instead of two fields, that is what we have done, a node has been divided into two parts. One is your data field, another one is link field. But here in double linked list, what we are doing, we are creating two nodes, two links between the two nodes. Therefore, compulsorily, instead of having two parts, we should have three parts. That is, we want a node wherein there should be a left pointer, there should be a right pointer, and there should be a data field. In between, I will be having data field, I will be having a left pointer which points to the leftmost node, and there will be a right pointer which will store the address of the right node. That is, if you need to traverse both in forward and backward directions, then the most appropriate linked list is doubly linked list. That is, if you want to travel in a forward direction as well as backward direction, then the most convenient type of list is doubly linked list. Now here, what are the modifications that we are doing for a node which was there in the single linked list, so that it has to become a doubly linked list? Each node in doubly linked list contains three fields. It contains three fields, as I was telling you. Two link fields, that is two pointer fields. One pointer field is right, another one is left. Right pointer field will hold the address of the right node. Left pointer field will hold the address of the left node. In between these two pointer fields, I will be having a data field. That is, left and right pointers are used to point the successor and predecessor nodes of the list. That is, left pointer will point to the predecessor node, right pointer will point to the successor node. That is, these two pointers will be used for traveling in a, these pointers will be used for us to travel in a backward direction or in the forward direction. Okay. That is, even we can access the successor node with the help of right pointer, or we can access the predecessor node with the help of this left pointer. Let us see how actually this node looks. Now, this is the way, this is the physical way of representing a node in the doubly linked list. That is, instead of having only two fields, which we saw it in a single linked list, a node contains only two fields. But here in double linked list, I have right pointer as well as left pointer. Between this left and right pointer, I have data field. This data field is used for storing the data. Right pointer is one which will store the address of the right pointer, right node, and left pointer is one which holds the address of the left node. Okay, even this particular node which is towards left side, again it contains three fields. This right field of the left node contains the right field of the left node contains the address of left field. Okay, and left field of this node contains the address of right pointer. Okay, it is vice versa. And let us see the logical way of representing this particular diagram in a coding. How actually we will represent this one. That is, again I will be using a structure. Okay, as we have done it for a node in the single linked list, what we have done, we have written something like struct node, and within this we had only two members. Okay, two members. One is of type integer, provided whichever the data that you want to insert in the data field of that node, you can have that particular data type. And I had only one pointer field. We have to create a self-referential structure such that it has to point to itself. That is, this left node will create a node towards left side, and right pointer will try to create a node towards right pointer, again with the these three fields. That is, that particular node will again have a data field which will be in the between, a left pointer which will hold the address of the left node, and right pointer which holds the address of the right node. This will go on. Okay. Repeatedly we will be creating as many nodes as we want, and whenever you call this particular structure, automatically a node with three fields will be created. The first operation that we are performing on the doubly linked list is inserting node at the beginning. Now, first of all, whenever you want to insert a node, we have to create the memory. We have to allocate the appropriate amount of memory using dynamic memory allocation function called malloc, and we have to rename that particular node as NN. NN stands for new node. We have to enter the data in the data field of the new node. Now we will be having that whenever you create a node in double linked list, then automatically that particular node will be created with three fields, and in the data field you are entering the data, and the left and right links, because it is the first node that you are creating, therefore the left link as well as right link will be initialized to null, provided the fourth point is the right link of the new node, we have to point it to the head node. Okay, provided if your list is having some of the elements in which you have the first element, second element and third element, and so on and so forth, then the new node that you have created, that has to come to the first position, isn't it? It has to come to the first position. Therefore, the right pointer of this new node has to go to the head, and the left pointer of the new node should be null, and this new node will be made as head afterwards. We can see very much clearly here. That is, I have a list like this. I have 10, 20 and 30. I have three nodes in which I have the data called 10, 20, 30. Now suppose I would like to insert the element here, or I have to insert the element at the beginning by creating a doubly linked list. First of all, I have to allocate the memory for this node. Whenever I allocate the memory using a malloc, then since I am using a structure, and that structure is having three fields, one is your number field, that is your data field, one is your right pointer, another one is left pointer. I am entering the data in the data field of the new node. I am making the left pointer as well as, initially I will make the left pointer as well as right pointer as null, and afterwards I will see whether my list is empty or not. If it is empty, now this will be the first node, I will name it as head. If my list is not empty, okay, that is, I have some of the elements in my list, then what I should do, I should make the right pointer of this node to point to head, and the left pointer of this node, that is head, has to point to new node, and this new node will become now head. Okay, that is, I'll mention once again, that is, first of all I have to allocate the memory for the node. I have to enter the data in the data field of the new node, and initially, without testing any condition, I will make the left pointer as well as right pointer as null. I will check whether the head is equal to null or not. That is, if the value of head, if it is equal to null, then it is understood that I don't have anything in my list. Then this particular new node will become my head. That is the first case. If the value of head, if it is not equal to null, it is understood that you have at least one node, or you may have more than one node, like this 10, 20, 30, you may have any number of nodes. When you have any number of nodes, then this particular node which you have created has to become the first node, or you have to store the address of this left pointer in the head. How to do that one? Already I have made the left link as well as right link as null. Now I will break this right link, and what I will do, I will try to store the left node address field of head in my right pointer of my new node. I will store the left pointer address of this head in the right pointer of my new node, and whatever the address of this one, the right pointer address, whatever it is there, that will be stored in the left pointer of this head. And afterwards I will try to store the address of this left pointer in the head, so that I can go to head and I can access the left pointer directly. That is, I can go to the very first node, and then this new node will become now head. It will become head now. That is, what I am doing, I am I am making the right pointer to point to the left pointer of the head. Left pointer of head is pointing to the right pointer of my new node, and left pointer of this one will is storing the address called address in the head, and this new node is going to become my head, or it will be the first node of my doubly linked list. That is what I am doing. What did I do? That is, I have created new node. I have allocated the memory for this particular node, in which I have created 3 fields. In the data field, I am entering the data. I am making the left pointer as well as right pointer as null before testing any condition, and afterwards I am testing the condition something like if the value of head, if it is not equal to null, then what I should do? New node's right pointer has to point to head. Head's left pointer has to point to new node, and this new node will become head. If the value of head itself is null, then this new node will become head. That is, directly it will come to this place. If the value of head, if it is equal to null, directly that new node will become head, because the left pointer and right pointer of that new node is already initialized to null. If the value of head, if it is not equal to null, then what I should do? I should break those links, and I have to create and establish a new link between the already existing first node and what the node we have created, which has to become the first node now. That is, we have created a node called new node. The new node's right pointer will point to already existing head, and head's left pointer will point to new node's right pointer. Okay, and that particular new node will become the head. This is the scenario. Okay. Inserting the node at the end. Now this is the way of inserting the node at the beginning. Okay, if I want to insert the node at the end, what I should do? First of all, I'll allocate the memory, no doubt in it. I'll enter the data in the data field of the new node, and now I'll check whether my list is empty or not. How I'll check? I'll check the value of head. If the value of head, if it is equal to null, then the node which I have created itself is the first node as well as last node, no doubt in it, because I have already initialized the left pointer as right pointer as null. But if the value of head, if it is not equal to null, it is understood that I have more than one node in my list. Then what I should do? I should travel right from the first node to the last node. I should go to the last node, and once I reach the last node, then I have to make the right pointer of that node to point to the left pointer of the new node, and left pointer of my new node has to point to the right pointer of the last node of my list, and the right pointer is already it has been made as null. Okay, let us see this. I have to allocate the memory for the new node. I have to enter the data in the data field of the new node, and initially the left pointer as well as right pointer I am making it as null. If the list is not empty, then what I said, I should travel the list till the last node. I should go till the last node and have to make the right pointer of the last node to point to new node, and left pointer of the new node to point to the last node. Okay, that is vice versa. That is, right pointer of the last node will go to new node. New node's left pointer will go to last node, and already the right pointer of the new node is null. It is something like this. Okay, I have something like this. Now this is the deletion part. Inserting in the sense, if I want to insert this one, that is, I have already two nodes. I will go to this node and I will make the right field of this node to point to new node, the left field of this new node to point to last node, and already this is initialized to null. Now this is the scenario wherein I am deleting the node from the end. What I should do? I should travel right from the first node to the last node. That is how I should travel. That is, initially what I will do here is I will name, or I will rename this head as temp1, and every time I will check the right pointer of this temp1. Right pointer of this temp1, if it is not equal to null, then it is understood that I have another node just succeeding it. If the right pointer of this temp1, if it is not equal to null, then temp1 is equal to temp1 of right, so that this becomes temp1. Again I will check the right pointer field here. Temp1 of right pointer, if it is not equal to null, again temp1 is equal to temp1 of right. I will go to this place, and temp1 of right pointer, now I will check here once again. Now it is equal to null. Then what I should do? Now here I have provision of moving just to the predecessor node, because I have the option of moving from back to fro or fro to back. Okay, to and fro motion I can do it in here. That is, now what I'll do, so once I have reached to this place, temp1 of left, this is left, temp1 of left pointer, I'll name it as temp1 of left pointer is nothing but it is holding the address of this one. This is storing the address of this one. Therefore, temp1 of left pointer, in the sense it will go to this place, and that will be named as temp2. I'll name it as temp2. Then what I will do, I'll make the right pointer of this temp2 to point to null, and I will deallocate the memory allocated for temp1. Clear? Let me explain once again. I am renaming it as temp1. Then I am checking the pointer field of temp1, that is right pointer of this temp1. If it is not equal to null, I am advancing temp1 to the next node. I am checking the pointer field of right pointer field of temp1. If it is not equal to null, again I am traveling to the next node. Once the right pointer field of this temp1, if it is equal to null, then temp1 of left pointer I am naming it as temp2, and I am making the right pointer of this temp2 as null, and I am deallocating temp1. That is nothing but an element which is at the last. That is, see here, if the list is empty, nothing you can, that is, you will be displaying a status telling that empty list. If the list is not empty, then if the right pointer of this head is not equal to null, then you name this head as temp1, and every time you check the right pointer of this temp1. If the temp1's right pointer if it is not equal to null, you advance this temp1 to right. Again you check, again you go. Okay, you will be reaching to the last node. Afterwards, temp1 of left will become temp2, and this temp2 of right I will making as null, and temp2 of num I will display, and I will deallocate the memory allocated for temp1. Okay, that is, temp1 of right field, if it is not equal to null, go on traveling to the last node by checking the right pointer of temp1. Once the right pointer of this temp1 if it is equal to null, then this will not get executed. Then you have to stop, you have to come to the next statement here. Then temp1 of left will become temp2. Then temp2 of right pointer you are making it as null, and then you are freeing this particular temp1 which is at the last. Now this is a program which I have included here, systematic program which I have included here on doubly linked list. First of all, we have to create a structure which contains three fields: data field, left pointer, right pointer. I am naming it as NODA, struct node. I am naming it as node, and this node will act as a new data type which is used for defining my own variables like new node, head, temp1, temp2, temp. Now here I have created main. Now these are the different operations that I want to perform. Initially the value of RPT is 1. This will be true, and I will display it with all these 7 options. I will be entering any one of these 7 options. Appropriately, the appropriate case statement will get executed. If I go with insert beginning, that insert beginning already we have discussed the function for this one. Then I have insert end, insert beginning, delete beginning, delete end, display, and then reverse. And once I perform that one, I will come outside this while loop, and I'll check whether I would like to continue once again or not. If I don't want to continue, the value of RPT will become 0 and will completely outside the loop. Insert beginning. That is, I will allocate the memory, I'll enter the data, and I'll make the left pointer and right pointer as null. If the value of head is equal to null, then new node becomes head. Otherwise, new node pointer field will be head, head's left pointer will be new node, and new node becomes head. This is the C program which is used for inserting the element at the beginning, and this is deleting the node from the beginning. Already we have seen this. If the value of head is equal to null, nothing is there in the list. Otherwise, you check the right pointer, and you advance your right pointer to the next succeeding node, and then you free it if it happens to be the very first node. If you have more than one node, the head will become temp, head will go to the next node, and the head's left pointer will be pointed to null, and we will deallocate the memory that is allocated for temp. This is for inserting the node at the end. Okay. That is, there are only two cases here. If the head is equal to null, then your node will be the first node as well as last node. Otherwise, you go on adding the node at the end by traveling right from the first node to the last, deleting the node at the end. Okay. The code for this is reverse and this is the code for displaying. Okay, you just note it down. And this circular W linked list is not there for your syllabus. Okay. In the next class, we'll go on with the next topic. Thank you very much.